every single week, I come here and I say, Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, under no circumstances, can get any better. And every week, it continually one-ups itself. This is exactly the thing that I needed on a Bleach rejuvenation, right? Like, I remember watching all episodes, what is it, 278, 460, I don't even know. There is a crap ton of Bleach episodes. And at the end of it, I feel like Bleach is one of the best animes of all time. But I will openly admit that there are a lot of episodes and arcs that aren't created equal, and some were simply not as good. But I would put 1,000-Year Blood War at the top of the food chain of arcs when it comes to Bleach. Now, I think there might be a couple that rival it, and there is some what I call and what many call recency bias. And what that simply means is it simply means that you cannot experience something the first time, right? When I experienced several of the original Bleach arcs, we're talking 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. We're talking 10 plus years ago, 13 years ago, right? We're talking over a decade. So, you know, I barely remember what happened a couple of weeks ago, let alone how I felt about something than I do 10 years ago, right? So there is some recency bias there, and I will openly admit that. But I would say among my recent memory of the past couple of years of anime, I would say 19, 20, 21, 22, the past, I would say 3 to 4 years of anime, this is among a masterclass of what it's delivering, especially in the shonen space. I think that this is among the absolute best. Like, if I think about recent, like, you know, what anime is out there in this genre, right? We're very limited, right? We have, you know, in this very specific genre, you have One Piece, you have Boruto, you have My Hero Academia, right? And then you might have a couple of others that happen to sneak in there, but really there's not too many in the space. Dragon Ball Super, right? But that ended a few years ago. So you have very few in the space. And I think this is among the master class. And I think that the thing that separates Bleach, you know, especially this, you know, this arc of Bleach, the thing that separates it among My Hero, Dragon Ball Super, Boruto and stuff is it goes there, you know? Like, what they've shown us here is, like, I don't want to use the word gory, because that's not the purpose of it. It shows us what would really happen during some of these battles without holding anything back, and that is what makes it amazing. Then it comes in, and it completely changes the game with characters that have been developed for over a decade, and it completely changes them, right? It gives a new perspective to characters like Aizen, who came back, right? It gives a new perspective to the Quincy's, who have existed seemingly forever. It gives it gives a sense of finality to head captain Yama, right? We now have a new head captain in Suzuki. And I know I probably butchered his name. I can never say it right. Kyoraku Sosuke. Sosuke, whatever. We now have Sosuke, who's a new head captain, right? So we have the baton passing of one to another. And you've always liked him. He's the guy who's drank, you know, him. And then I forget what the other captain's name is, the sickly guy with the white hair. You know, those have been kind of the two people who have been closest to Captain Yama as far as, like, being successors. And one of them is now going to be fulfilling that role. His first thing that he's going to do is he's going to appoint his lieutenant to head captain, because she could totally do the job. And he's also going to appoint some serious effing training for Kenpachi, because Kenpachi is seemingly the only other dude who could stand up to the Quincy's last attack. Did he fail? Absolutely. Did he die? No. Then we come to find out this episode, and which totally just drives everything on its head. We come to find out that, and I always butcher her name, Unohana, right? Retsu. We kind of find out that Unohana, you know, the captain of guard, I think she's a captain of the guard 12, I think, you know, the captain of the Knights 12 or whatever, Captain 12, or captain of the 12 guard, I don't know, whatever it is. She is the medical captain, right? She's always soft-spoken and sweet and has tons of healing abilities. And it all kind of comes into play now because she openly, it was not openly, but she got called out when the 4 royal palace captains came, or guards people came, and they were like, "Oh, you still are utilizing all those things I taught you, however many years ago." Blah 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 blah. So she used those skills to change what she is and what she represented, became the captain of the guards that heal everybody. And we come to find out that she has a dark past, that she was one of the highest ranking criminals in all of Soul Society. She was part of the original 13 guards that Captain Yama had initiated back when he looked like he was in his 40s. She still looks sexy AF. And we got to see a side of her that we've never seen before. And on top of everything else, she has a vendetta against her, and a guilt placed upon her about an interaction that she had with Zenpachi seemingly 50 years ago, hundreds of years ago. I don't even know how long ago it was, but when he was a younger young man, and he imprinted a wound on her in a crazy fight. And she's also a high-level swordsman, swords lady, or whatever you call it, swordswoman. She had 8,000 moves. Like, this is insane. Like, my mind is just, like, still absorbing all of this information that we got. And I just love that we get this additional backstory and character arc to a character that we seemingly had really, really high familiarity with. And if you don't feel that way, I feel that way. And if you're somebody who's into manga and all the other stuff, you might already know I'm anime only, and I can't remember any part of the anime in the past where we had a deep dive on her in this capacity. So now it comes to find that she was not only being held back by Captain Yama, by head Captain Yama before, to not only heal everybody, she was being held back kind of like as a last resort. At least that's how I feel. That's insanity. So now, head captain now, Jesus Christ, speaking's hard. Head captain Soseki now, he wants her to go basically head to head with Zenpachi, and I think it's a battle to the death, right? They both wrote letters to their lieutenants, basically saying, "You may or may not ever see me again." I don't think that they're going to die. I don't think one of them's going to die. But I do feel like Zenpachi now is going to increase himself. He's going to go Super Saiyan. He's going to go to the next level, which it could lead to Unohana's death. But that'd be a really hard blow for his growth to cost a life that matters that much. And I don't know if now head captain Soseki is going to allow that. If he does, he does, but damn. Last part of the thing I'll touch base on is, I like how Ichigo and Renji are surpassing expectations of the Royal Palace people. The fat girl, like, oh my god, delicious. She's sexy. I find it crazy that she just looked delicious, and Ichigo and Renji, she was going on and on about, what she does, how she does it, and they could not hear anything besides the bazongas, and they were like, yo, what's going on here? Who's this? We come to find out that that specific lady uses her soul pressure, her soul pressure to create, and basically she loses weight. She imbued Renji and Ichigo with soul pressure that is kind of like of a stranger nature, essentially. And they're now going to proceed on to the next palace of the 4 Royals Guards. So I love their storyline too. The whole thing with Kon and everything and them eating. I found it pretty funny. But man, what a freaking fantastic episode. I'm going to leave you guys on those thoughts because I could probably talk for another 10 minutes. I won't do that. Now I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. Let me know if you guys knew about Unohana already. And, man, what a badass. I'm just going to leave you guys on that thought there before I keep going. All right, let me know what you guys thought on this episode down in the comments below. Thank you guys for being here another week, and I'll see you guys next week for 1,000 Year Blood War. Peace.